Hi everyone, welcome back. I am Robbie.
I'm Jye.
And we have yet another spin-off to the Conjuring universe, following on from the Annabelle movies. This time focusing on one of the standouts from the Conjuring 2, that creepy nun that scared us all to death almost. The nun.
I had a series of visions when I was younger. And after each one ended, the same thought would be stuck in my head.
What did you see?
I saw a nun.
The Nun was directed by Corin Hardy and it stars Damien Bashir and Taissa Farmiga. And the nun.
The nun herself. This is a prequel to the events, obviously, in both Conjuring films.
To save any confusion, this is not a sequel to Sister Act.
No, unfortunately. That would have been a dark direction they took Sister Act in. This is set in the 50s?
I think so. There's not a lot I remember about this movie.
It says at the beginning. So pretty much, we see not even really the origins. It's not the
What is this movie? It's a prequel that doesn't really explain anything.
Valak is the demon who takes the form of the nun, among other things.
It's essentially Pennywise. When you think about it.
Well, it's just I don't know why why
well.
Valak is so attracted to the nun itself, because that's a bit of a spoiler. There is something else in the film that Valak becomes, but
This word's got a thing for Whoopi Goldberg.
So a young nun to be and a priest go to investigate the suicide of another nun at a convent in Romania, and stumble upon
The Nun.
the nun, the demon nun, the Valak.
Yeah.
I liked it. I'm a bit creeped out by nuns in general. I don't know why. I just always have been. And the nun in The Conjuring 2 scared the crap out of me. Absolutely, every time she was on screen, just visibly uncomfortable. And here, in The Nun, I didn't think she was as scary.
That's, for me, the big problem with the film.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think... Too much of her was overuse. There was just... she was good as a side character in The Conjuring 2. That was perfect amount.
It's a whole side character problem again. Same with the minions. Yeah. I mean, obviously it's a completely different kind of thing. But the minions, the penguins, same problem.
Yeah. One thing here that didn't work was the jump scares. There are a lot of them, and the way that the film is shot, none of the jump scares really worked. I thought they were pretty obvious from a mile away.
They were obvious. They still got me just because I jumped at loud noises. But
True.
But I saw them coming. I knew they were coming. I was like, when they come, it still gets me.
One thing that really annoyed me, speaking of camera shots and movements, is
the overabundance of tilting.
That shit me. But one thing, the setting of this film is awesome. I love the setting. That Romanian 1950s. I hope it's the 50s. What a great setting.
They never used it properly.
And there's times where the characters come up to the convent, and it's like this big sprawling castle looking thing, and they never take the opportunity to frame the shot to make it look good. It's always really close on the characters, or it's just really generic camera work.
There is a couple of really, really great shots of the exterior. You get a full scale look of
course, yeah.
But yeah, once you're actually inside,
apart from that, there's nothing. No. It stays with the characters. It doesn't use the advantage of the space.
And even when it does occasionally pull back and you see the space, it's so dimly lit. Which I get, it's a dark convent, but the lighting of the film doesn't benefit.
Yeah, definitely.
The cinematography.
And going off those tilt shots, so there's great shots of long sprawling hallways, and other just rooms in the convent, where the characters are there's one shot where the nun is coming up behind a character and she's grabbing things and trying to get away, And it's such an awesome looking shot. But then, the camera just starts tilting for no reason. It's like, why is this happening? Like,
Yeah.
I understand the character's
There's
disorientated.
moments when the camera fully goes upside down, you're watching the scene upside down. Like,
It's like, I get it, the character is disorientated, but come on, this would have been a nice shot otherwise. That kind of takes the film.
Yeah,
I thought that was a bit overdone.
Definitely. I thought that there was a lot of threatening scenes, just for the sake of having threatening scenes, and the nun wasn't actually doing anything. Like, there was a moment when, without ruining anything, there's a moment when a character gets stuck in a coffin. If the nun really wanted to kill that character, why would you just, like, the character had a way of getting out.
Yeah.
And it's resolved so quickly. It's almost if the nun's like, oh, let's just start, I'm done, walk away.
Yeah.
And it does that a number of times in the film.
I think the characters themselves were likeable enough, and the actors, especially Vera Farmiga's younger sister,
Taste of Farmiga.
She was great. I thought they were great in their roles. For what they had to work with.
Yeah, definitely. Dan Bashir, he was very good. Although he was kind of just, he's a good actor, but he was just kind of limited to being the exposition character.
Yeah.
He didn't really have much to do when it comes to the actual kind of like battling the demon. A lot of that was just down to Taste of Farmiga's character. It often just cut back to him, and he'd be looking through a new book or a new text or a new scroll or a new thing, and be like, this is this, and this is this, and that's that. This is how this connects to that, and this is how this connects to this. Just so you don't know, audience, because we already have, it's so much of that.
Yeah, I really didn't. I won't go into details here because it kind of spoils the ending. But I did not like the resolution, how they ended the film, like how they
I didn't like that.
how they beat the nun. That was ridiculous.
There is it might not be a plot hole. There might be a way of explaining it, but when we walked out, there was a way there was something set up in The Conjuring 2 regarding Valak, the demon nun, that is completely absent from this film, and it just sticks out as a big oversight or a plot hole.
Yeah.
And,
yeah. We won't go into too much detail about it,
No.
but certain plot points, and there's a certain item that
that was just a complete.
That just felt like it just
lazy writing, just to get something in there. Just a very lazy plot device, just thrown in there, just out of thin air, just to have some means to defeat the nun, and they could have come up with a completely other, more plausible way. And that it's so far-fetched, that item as well. That's the problem. It comes out of nowhere, and for what it is, you're like, wow, where the hell did this thing come from? Because what it is, when you've seen the movie, you'll know exactly the device we're talking about. When it appears, you're like, that should be a whole other movie just explaining where that thing comes from.
Yeah, for sure.
It's very, very poor.
Yeah, overall I did like the film though. I thought for what it was, I was entertained. I was entertained with this. I wasn't
bored.
Yeah, I wasn't bored. I wasn't scared. I liked this maybe a little more than I actually should. Maybe the creepiness factor of the nuns worked a bit for me. Maybe I'm giving this a slightly too high a rating, but I'll stand by it.
It was successfully creepy at times. I'll give it that. Where I think it went wrong is in obviously the complete overuse of jump scares.
Yeah, that didn't work.
The way it connects to the overall Conjuring universe, at times it feels good. Other times it's kind of messy and jumbled. There was one thing that did really bug me, that we've got Vera Farmiga is a prominent character in the universe, and then here you got her younger sister who looks very much like Vera Farmiga. It literally looks like a younger version of her. Even the mannerisms and everything, it's Vera Farmiga, and they're completely unconnected, completely unrelated. I'm like, why would you do that?
Yeah, I don't know why.
That was such a perfect setup to give some backstory to Vera Farmiga's character.
Yeah.
So that was very wasted. And like I said at the beginning, the nun in the few scenes she had in The Conjuring 2 was so much more terrifying than any of her scenes in this film.
Definitely.
And that's the big problem. It's holding back from what it from the not the jump scares, but from the frightening, almost claustrophobic feel that the film could have had with this nun terrorizing this convent.
Yeah, the nun could have easily become a horror classic character with this film.
Yeah, and
she's
it's just,
not quite there yet.
She's just become a generic, forgettable one now, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unless they do it properly in another movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you giving it?
Well, I mean, I watch a lot of kind of generic horror movies, and this is far and away better than a lot of the schlock that I've seen. I can't really compare it to others. I enjoyed this. I still enjoyed it. It's not one I'm going to revisit a lot in the future, but I'm giving it a low 3.5. I liked it. I was
3 at first. I'm thinking 2.5 now. Maybe stick with 3. Look, overall, I didn't dislike it. I had my problems with it. I thought it was fine. I wasn't bored. I just wanted more from it.
Yeah.
It's middle ground for me in the Conjuring universe. It doesn't even come close to the 2 Conjuring films. It's not as good as Annabelle Creation, but it is definitely an improvement over the first Annabelle.
100%, yeah.
Look, I'll sit at 3 for now, like I did originally. I'll sit at 3, a very low 3, and see future might come down.
Hopefully, a future sequel will be better. The Nun 2, Back in the Habit.
Sister, please. This way. Hello.
Alright guys, those are our thoughts on The Nun. Let us know what you thought of The Nun.
Did you have none of it?
Or was it your number 1 movie of the year? Let us know. Keep an eye out for our future reviews. We've got The Predator coming up soon, as well as many other September releases. We got
Johnny English
Johnny
Reborn.
Johnny English Strikes Again.
From what? He strikes again. Strikes again.
And
Christopher Robin.
Christopher Robin, yeah. Until next time, guys, we'll see you at the movies.